So again, we have to install Azure plugin here, and then we will going to configure Azure CLI. And once Azure CLI is configured, we will log in the service principal account, and then we're going to create a Azure instance. So I'm just closing this part. Okay, let us configure here, taking the default one and just going to Azure CLI here container. Okay, just configure here Azure CLI, taking default configuration. Now you can see here the Terraform, Google, Azure and AWS, all four are here. So now we have to rebuild. So let's do rebuild here. So I'm just doing the rebuild my container for Azure configuration. Since Azure was not there, it will take some time as what we taken the previous also. So let us wait. Okay, meanwhile let's discuss the Azure login part. So we have to install Azure CLI, and that Azure CLI it's installing here using this plugin. And once Azure CLI is configured, we have to do login. So right now I log in my account, there is no virtual machine, so we have to login part also we have to consider here, and the login part also done from here only. So looks our Azure CLI has been installed. If you see in the container, this is installed successfully. So let us check that whether it's already installed or not. So I'm just giving the AZ command here. This should give the return helps of the command. Okay, I think it's installed. Let me clear the screen. Okay, so now our Azure plugin has been installed, the CLI installed. So now we have to connect the Terraform with the Azure. Okay, to connect the Terraform with Azure, we have to do AZ login. So AZ login I'm just giving here. So AZ login will give the authentication URL. This URL we have to follow. I'm just copying this URL, opening here. Okay, once we open this URL, we have to pass this code here to authenticate. So just giving that code here. So once this is authenticated, it will ask login. Once login done, will give the prompt here, the login prompt is successful. Okay, this is done. Okay, now here is also done. Okay, now just giving the okay. Let me clear the screen again. Okay, now Azure login is successful. Now to log in the API level, we need the service principal. So to create service principal, we have to run the service principal command here. So let's run that one. So I'm creating the service principal here. This is the command where we are using. So service principal is created successfully. So this command ADSP create service principal. This RBAC create for RBAC. So this will create service principal, and once we create service principal, it will give the credentials part, the app ID, display name, password, and tenant ID. This information we required for the to connect Azure API to Terraform API. So this information is required. I'm just opening here my credential part, so no worries, but I'm going to delete this before uploading the video. So let us use this configuration. How we can use that, I'll explain here only. So we need to use this variable, environment variable, to connect the Azure CLI using the Terraform. So this will connect actually Azure portal, and we need subscription ID, client secret, and tenant ID. So this command we have to export here, so that will automatically take while run the Terraform API. So I'm just copying this export command here. I'm just giving here. So this will, I'm just clearing my screen. Okay, so now let's check the Terraform init. Okay, before Terraform init, let's go in day one Azure. Okay, so let me do ls once. Okay, Terraform main.tf is there, so let me do Terraform init. So this will download the Azure plugin, the Terraform provider. You can see here. Okay, let us run the Terraform plan. The plan, we are actually creating the Azure instance. So plan will actually going to check our Azure file here. Let me go to the main.tf here. Okay, so it is going to create a resources what we have given. It's internal virtual network, subnet, and the disk, and our main virtual machine. Okay, let me clear the screen here again. Okay, now let's do apply here. Okay, so now I'm just applying this configuration. This configuration will going to create Azure virtual machine over the Azure portal. So this will start the creating. Here you can see it's pretty much straightforward to understand the logging, but also here, so Azure virtual machine is going to create the name is example. You can see the example name is also here what we have creating, and once this is done, we will also validate from the portal side also. So let us run this one, and meanwhile it's complete. We'll check. So here you can see virtual network started here, then here the subnet started. See, you can see once it's different resource, this will change. So now here network resource is running. Now it started virtual machine. So you can see the details like creating, still creating, and completed. So here also creating, still creating that after 10 seconds, and this is done. Similar way, virtual machine is creating here after 10 seconds, still creating. This will populating the every 10 second update here. So and here the top level you can see the name, what resource is going to create. So it's creating the virtual machine here. So 10 seconds done, 20 seconds is done, 30 seconds done. So let's see. So 30 seconds is still running. It's been created till 30 seconds. Yeah, we can check that which is the best also, right? In AWS, how much time taken, GCP, how much time taken, and we can compare our Azure with all this provider also. No worries, that will have the different topic, but yeah, this is one of the topic also we can compare. Okay, right now it's completed. You can see apply completed successfully, 4 resources created. Let us go and check once. Okay, I'm just going in my Azure portal virtual machine here. Okay, you can see here test resource is created here. The whatever resource we have given the configuration, all configuration taken, the dependent part, the network, disk, and interface is also created here. You can see virtual network is created, for example network 3. So what configuration we have given here, it's taken the all configuration, virtual machine, then disk, then network, and network interface also. So this network interface also there, and subnet also, and this is the virtual network. So this is configuration is done. This is pretty much straightforward. We'll go in each and every item in deep dive level, so no worries. This is the high level example how we can do integration the Azure portal with the Terraform API. So this actually helps to understand the how actual things going to start. So once you have understanding of the configuration part, it's easy to understand the coding part. So now we'll go more under coding level. So let's do destroy, just to closing this one. So every resource we have to do cleanup part, that is really required, because cleanup part, if you don't clean up, it will go to your billing part. So that also you have to take care. So while you do any practices, make sure you do cleanup part very accurately. So don't miss to destroy any resource, even you created manually or console based, that also resource you have to delete.